Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming here. We're absolutely thrilled to have you here for the product launch of India's first sodium-ion battery by Sodion Energy. It's a completely new chemistry of batteries that's going to revolutionize the future of energy storage. Sodion Energy is a market leader in the manufacturing of sodium-ion batteries. Today it's here with its distribution partner AR4 Tech to not only showcase their cells and batteries, but a whole host of applications like the UPS, the starter battery, the two-wheeler battery, as well as the battery management system. So some of the advantages here, some of the advantages of sodium-ion batteries right now are compared to current technologies are affordability, safety, long lifespan, as well as high discharge rate, fast charging, and a few other advantages. Right now, today, in a few moments, you're going to be seeing a lot of demonstrations, such as we're going to be running a mixer grinder using just the UPS. So this is currently not possible with the current technology, as when you start a mixer grinder or even a microwave, any home appliance, there's a huge spike in current. Lead acid as well as lithium-ion battery UPSs cannot run this, whereas this is very unique possibility with sodium energy run UPS. So to guide us through this magic is Mr. Bala Pachyappa, who is our visionary founder of Sodion Energy. Mr. Bala has decades of experience in the EV space, as well as he's the co-founder of one of India's first two-wheeler electric company, Ampere Vehicles. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Mr. Bala onto the stage to take us through this. But before that, let me actually play this video, a little introduction. Sorry, just a technical difficulty.
batteries to renewable energy storage is dependent on our ability to build more and better batteries. But demand for the critical minerals needed to make lithium-ion batteries is predicted to outstrip supply. Is electric. Everything from cars to consumer electronics to renewable energy storage is dependent on our ability to build more and better batteries. But demand for the critical minerals needed to make lithium-ion batteries is predicted to outstrip supply. Sodium-ion batteries have a similar design to lithium-ion batteries, which means the two can be manufactured using similar methods. In a sodium-ion battery, lithium ions are replaced with sodium ions in the battery's cathode, and lithium salts swap for sodium salts in the electrolyte. Sodium is right by lithium on the periodic table, which means that the two are chemically very similar, but sodium is much more abundant. It's also cheaper.
If you compare it with the bill of materials for lithium, in volume, you're looking at between 24 to 32% less expensive for the bill of materials for sodium ion compared to lithium ion.
Another draw of sodium-ion batteries is that they have a longer cycle life, meaning that the battery can be charged and discharged more times than lithium-ion batteries and can operate in a wider range of temperatures. Most experts believe that sodium-ion batteries have the potential to act in tandem with lithium-ion technology, alleviating some of its supply constraints rather than replacing it entirely.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate you all coming here. I would be quickly going through our company and product portfolio about sodium ion. Sodium Energy is a company, sodium-based energy generation and cells has been happening for the last 20 years. Thanks to all the developments in lithium, lithium has taken a dominant position over the years. And with the new problems of demand and supply issues, and also the mining issues, all this has made people to look into new kind of chemistry wherein like the material abundance is there, the price can be afforded, and everybody could make sodium-based battery. That need has driven people towards making sodium-based battery. Okay, and this is Sodion Energy is a Singapore-based company jointly started by me and Mr. Professor C.C. Ong. We started the company in the year 2018 to develop sodium ion cell and chemistry. We initially started working with partners, and we started working on sodium chemistry, which was sodium vanadium phosphate then. At that point of time, sodium vanadium phosphate had a density. Normally, the density is measured in number of watts you can continuously give for 1 hour is called typically density per kg. So it used to be 85 to 90 watt hour per kg. Then we had successful production of the cells. We made some 100,000 cells. Then after making the cells, we had the corona came in between. While we were working on the chemistry of vanadium phosphate, normally whenever people talk about a chemistry of a battery, they always mean the cathode material chemistry. The cathode material is, we started with sodium vanadium phosphate, then people moved on to the next chemistry called Persian blue, and it has taken the density from 90, 85 to 100 to 105. Then again within 2 years Persian blue didn't survive. Then people moved on to the next technology, and latest people are with the technology called layered metal oxidation process. This layered metal oxidation process has taken the density of sodium batteries to 130 watt hours to 140 watt hours per kg. Okay, this has happened over the last 4 years. Technically, the density of a sodium-based battery cells has grown from 80 to 140. And we are now looking at the next chemistry of sodium ion battery, which is called polyanion batteries, which is likely to be released within the next 3 to 6 months time, which will take the sodium ion battery capacity or density to 150 to 160 watt hour per kg. Okay, which will happen within the next 6 months time. While this is happening, people are still looking at the next chemistry of currently in a sodium ion cell, like the cathode is sodium cupric ferromanganese oxide. So they're trying to take it, and then the anode is like hard carbon. People are trying to move the hard carbon based anode to graphene based anode, which likely to give power density increment by 15 to 20%. This is likely to happen within the next 1 year. With these changes, we are expecting sodium ion batteries to reach a density level within the next 18 months from 160 to 180 watt hour per kg in the next 18 months, or even more than that. That is, with this we started sodium ion, and we have a team of people in Singapore, and we have expert battery guy part of our team who has made a lot of lithium chemistry battery by name Chris Pukuda, and also we looked at how and why we have to get into this. There are 5 big changes which is driving the industry right now. First one, growth of renewable energy will need a lot of storage capacity. That's the first driver in the industry, followed by power generation by the user themselves. This is another growth in the industry which is happening, and shift towards electrification. Electrification doesn't mean only electric vehicle, moving everything from like conventional method into the energy storage and driven, which means not only shifting from gasoline to electric, it also meaning shifting from AC, alternate current based system, to DC current based system. Basically like it alternate AC current, which is what we are using. We are expecting in the next 10-20 years, whatever is running in AC will eventually switch over to DC, which is you can see today. If you look at the lights, most of the lights in this room will be LED lights. That's one of it. Then the air conditioner or fan will become a BLDC fan, which is DC. And similarly, all the white goods, otherwise like your microwave, oven, refrigerator, each of them slowly will move into DC. This transition is likely to happen in the next a decade or more than that. This need will drive further growth into energy storage and usage in this industry. Not only that, like the portability, power on the go will be the word in the future. You will carry power wherever you go, whether in your vehicle or with you, and to use this to drive a lot of consumer applications will happen in the years to come. So I already talked about AC to DC shift. So if you add all of this, this is going to drive a huge demand for energy storage devices. While this is happening, the concern people have is the safety of the current technology. Okay, predominantly when people talk about safety, they predominantly talk about NMC, lithium, nickel, manganese, cobalt chemistry battery. In some sense, like I jokingly say, NMC is a controlled bomb. If you don't do properly manage, it really explodes like a bomb. I have seen that quite a bit in my life. Okay, so I have never, when I was heading Ampere, I never introduced NMC for the same reason. Then came along LFP, and the LFP has made a lot of changes, but still there is a demand, certain technical demands to improve is needed. Convenience like a fast charging, price performance, these all have been driving to look for a new battery chemistry. So if you look at it like, the fire on lithium chemistry, if you go down anywhere, you put a lithium vehicle fire, a lithium battery fire in Google, that will be the highest heat you could see. So we are looking for low cost, most green, good density batteries and safe batteries and reliable batteries. Pretty much all of this today sodium battery can give. How it is done is like, first one, sodium based batteries is highly recyclable. You can recycle most of the material using a process called hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means you kind of grind all the materials, put it in acid, and then you get that material, heat it up to certain temperature. Each temperature you can take each material out, like copper at certain temperature, iron at some temperature, manganese at some temperature, and obviously sodium will always remain with the water, so you take it out separately. This way you can recycle and reclaim the materials much faster. Not only that, these are all predominantly available material. That makes whole difference in the sodium chemistry. And also, I would be demonstrating in few minutes, the battery is not flammable. You can misuse the battery. You can kind of deform the battery. Even then the properties doesn't change. You put it in the water, you see the lights at the back is still glowing. So this happens. And added to that, you have seen in the video, even when you cut the battery, actually we did a 2 cut. One cut is in the water, another cut is outside water. Whether you cut both the times, the battery still functions. While you cut also, you can see the battery functioning. This is not possible. There's no way possible. The person who cuts like an NMC or LFP battery won't be alive when he does the cut. Okay, This is not possible. And we will handle the battery in front of you. So in a few minutes, I'll show it to you, the safetiness of the battery. Okay. And these factors has happened. And people, whenever new technology comes, people always have a doubt. Oh, is sodium going to come? When it is going to come? Will it make it happen? Is it going to change or not? So today, if you look at it, we have placed the electronics, we place the applications, we place the type of cells. These are all in production. It is going into the market. It's already been tested reasonably well and getting into the market. So all this we have demonstrated here. And since you are pressed, some of the technical other products I have not put here, but otherwise it shows sodium is here today. That's number one. Okay, sodium solutions are here today. That's number two. And the ecosystem is fully there, and many players are already making products using sodium ion battery cells. That's the message I wanted to pass to all of you. Okay, and if you look at the curve versus sodium versus lithium, pretty much like, you can see the curve of sodium is pretty much like, we see the green color one. So the cost is getting better, weight is getting like, less, and then the life cycle is also going up. Pretty much sodium is like, getting compared against with any of the lithium chemistries at this point of time. Okay, individually with all the properties, and the value is also getting. So initially we were expecting it to be like slowly replacing lead acid battery. At this point of time, like, it's progressing pretty well. Certain applications which cannot be given by other chemistries, like, NMC or LFP or lead acid, this type of application can be given by sodium ion. So one of such property is, one is long life. You could have 3,000 cycles, means one cycle means one time you fully charge, one time you fully discharge. It's called one cycle. If you do in between, it is not a cycle. That means you charged up to 50%, you discharged, that's not considered as a cycle. Okay, a cycle means fully charged 100%, fully discharged to the lowest capacity is called a cycle. So sodium ion today gives a cycle life of 3,000 to 4,000. So 3,000 if you are operating above 30 degrees centigrade, 30 to 38 degrees centigrade is 3,000 cycles. If you are operating at 25 degrees centigrade, it gives close to 4,000 plus cycles at a discharge rate of 0.5 C. 0.5 C means you are discharging the battery for 2 hours. That means you drain the battery. Drain means it's like pouring the water out. Like normally battery is like a storage tank, which stores the energy. To take the entire energy out, if you do it in 2 hours, if you use a battery at 0.5 C, this life cycle of 3,000 at 35 degrees centigrade, and also like, at a temperature of 25 degrees centigrade, it gives 4,000 cycles life, which means pretty much the battery can work for 10 years without any problem. That's the message of it. So we have been working on solutions, providing solutions. We have made packs. We have put a lot of packs with all the electronics inside in front of you. We have tested on vehicle. We have now put the batteries for AAS for certification. But for other applications, the basic certification needed for EMC, EMI, UL certification, all in place. Okay. So sodium battery pretty much will work for all the applications, depending upon, like, certain application is a very dominant for sodium ion batteries. Number one is starter battery. When you start your vehicle, okay, for 1 second you on the vehicle, then your battery starts. Typically it is a lead acid battery. Today people will replace that battery. If you don't charge the battery for 15 days, it dies. You have to replace continuously. If you have gone on a holiday, you didn't charge the battery for 15 days, then it goes off. Okay, or like 2 years or 3 years, it goes off. If you have a starter battery with sodium ion, it will be like there for the life of the battery. We are talking about 10 to 15 years. You should not fail. That's the number one. Number two, anywhere you need high current, any high current applications, instant high current, that's what we call. So typically if you are having a load carrying electric vehicle, load carrying means taking heavy weight. So when you carry heavy weight, when the vehicles need to start and move, it needs very heavy current. Heavy current means normal operation current, if it is 1x, the current needed for heavy current, that's otherwise it's in a technical language called peak current. The peak current can vary anywhere between 3x to 10x depending upon the load you carry. That type of application, sodium ion works very, very, very well. And the next one, obviously, we'll be demonstrating here on a UPS. Okay, typically UPS cannot take what we call inductive load. Inductive load means any motor is called inductive load. Motors are called, runs on a coil, that's why it's called inductive load. Inductive load they will not put on a UPS. And we will demonstrate 2 or 3 inductive load parallelly running on a UPS, and that too on a very low capacity of 3.5 kilowatt to show that it works on. The corollary of this is, in the future, we will have a 10 kilowatt 3-phase sodium ion based UPS, which can run a small and medium sized company able to run their machines without paying to utility board, by EB, electricity board. So they don't have to pay, they can use solar panel, they can charge, they can use from that power, they can run. This can be a transformer in such kind of applications. Okay, so basically, what we are doing as a company, we initially tested our batteries on different vehicles, both in Singapore and India to do the conversion. So we started with conversion because it's easier one to get into and show it to the people. This is what we call in technical language aftermarket sale. Aftermarket sale meaning it's not a new vehicle, it's an old vehicle, it's out of warranty. This is called aftermarket sale. We entered an aftermarket sale using this technology, tried and started creating application, tested it, got it approved, and working to launch the product. So we are developing in terms of R&D. We are trying to take sodium ion chemistry into 200 watt-hour per kg in the next 18 months. The roadmap for that is 1, moving to polyanion. Number 2, taking odd carbon to graphene so that the performance improvements we have seen already 15%. The R&D for this work is going on and it will be done soon. So to recapture, we've been working on sodium ion. Sodium ion is a technology today very well accepted by most part of the world. So even Indian company by name Reliance went and bought a UK company by the name of Sodion to get the sodium chemistry to manufacture. Okay, so we don't know what is the progress, but it gave us a breakthrough for most of the sodium industry people, giving a recognition that sodium is a future. Followed by that, Cattle has made a big announcement; their future will be in sodium, and then BYD have announced. So the important to understand is Cattle and BYD control 65% of lithium cell market share in the world. Okay, 29 by BYD, 38 by Cattle. 29, 38, you can add the math. If those companies will make 65% or more market share, or claiming that they would do sodium ion, they wouldn't be telling this without any reason. And both of them made big announcement, and Cattle is releasing their product is already there. There's a car company by name Geely has released 100% sodium ion based vehicle. Geely is subsidiary of Volkswagen. Okay, if an European company allows their subsidiary company to use sodium ion, you could imagine the reasoning behind that. So, in addition to that, there are a lot of applications already started happening. Okay, some forklift companies are already started using, and we plan to use sodium ion in all our vehicles for 3 reasons. Let me explain the reason. In a vehicle where people need to travel less distance, okay, sodium ion, you can cut the battery capacity by half. Okay, if you cut by half, okay, you are cutting the price. If it is like today, the 1 kilowatt hour battery is costing close to 20 to 22,000 rupees. If you cut it by half, you are saving around 10,000 rupees on the battery cost per kilowatt. Okay, that saving can go down to the customers. So in the batteries, I have put off the capacity battery only, both the vehicles. If you run, you would not feel any difference, except that it will only give a less range. You will not feel any difference in terms of speed and performance. And this is possible only in sodium chemistry, which will not be possible at all. Definitely not possible with any lithium chemistry. Okay. Not only that, like, you can take the battery, and I'm going to do in front of you most of the safety test to show you how safe a sodium battery is. Then I will do the demonstration, like, on each of this for you. After that, I'll ask you for question and answer session. I'll answer your question and answers. Okay. Thank you. So first one I'm going to demonstrate is like, the impact test. Hammer and cell, please. Deformation test. Actually, the hotel, when we said I'm going to do this test, they resisted so much, they don't want even me to do it inside. Okay, we have to show it to him yesterday a few times before I could do inside. So you can imagine, like, what the change in the thing we do. Okay, for convenience, I'm not going to wear, like, the devices to show I'm confident how safe it is. I'm not going to wear all the PPEs. Okay, come. Put it. Okay. So in front of you, I cannot do it on the top. I have to do it here. Okay. Okay. Please. Okay. Okay. This one. This is the first to show any impact the battery can take. If a vehicle is met with an accident, okay, the first thing what will happen is the battery will, like, battery will get fired. This will not happen. So not only that, now if you measure the voltage of the battery, you will still be able to have the same capacity, somewhere around 3 volt with all this damage. So the next thing I show it to you, same thing, I put it in the water. This none of the lithium chemistry can do. This is a highly heat battery I'm putting inside the water. Okay. So that is the second. .9, only 0.1 volt was down. Okay. Not only that, now I give you the real test. This one I need to. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to show you you can put, normally this test is done for 20 minutes, 20 seconds. I will do you for 1 minute, I will burn the battery. Same battery, if it was damaged, it was like put in the water, so then again, like, I'm doing this, okay? This you can, no way you can do this with any of the other chemistries.
On the temperature gun, you can check the temperature.
Check the temperature going up. So, like, we would get to close to 90 degrees centigrade. Okay. So, those who have, like, you can count your time. I have already did quite a bit of burning. Now you can measure the temperature again. Okay. Okay. 2.9 volts.
Bro, idhar.
2.9 volts. This, like, if I'm worried about safety in front of you, like, with this is not possible. Okay. The hotel people did not allow me to cut it in front of you. Okay. And if you want, I can damage it little bit more, but I need to hold her to damage it more. Okay. This is the first safety part of it. Okay. And you can see, like, destruction. Okay. You can see, like, in the water, and also to do see in the fire. Okay. So this is one to demonstrate the application. This is a converted petrol vehicle, motorcycle, into electric. This is a smaller battery pack we have made. Actually, this is a 10 Ah battery pack. Normally, this vehicle will use like 20 Ah or more, but I will put it in 10 Ah. If any of you want to drive the vehicle, you can try. Display. Okay, just to show the same thing I'll show it in this vehicle. This is the same battery in this vehicle with the same capacity. Okay, so I will on this battery. anybody can drive the vehicle. So
you have to take it back. You have to just manually take it back.
no, we had one more vehicle with the reverse option. So it looks like they didn't bring the reverse option. Okay, anyone can ride this vehicle. You can feel the power. You won't feel any difference in the power.
Madam, you can just ride the vehicle and show.
Yeah, sure.
You can ride like you go outside and so.
Your way is clear, you can go up to the other conference room.
Yeah, you come reverse. That is on the vehicle.
Anyone wanted to have the ride?
On. Okay. Okay. Let's go with another this one. Mixture. So we are going to demonstrate it running two mixture on a UPS. So if you look at it, nothing connected, only this is connected here. Okay. Both the mixture is on. While this is on, we are going to on the oven. Okay. So basically, this is a deadly combination to do for a UPS. This is like three parallel inductive load in our technical language. So we have put three parallel inductive load running. So means you put the UPS, you can run everything at your home. Okay. This is possible because of the high discharge current of UPS, as a discharge current of sodium ion. Okay. So we put rice in that earlier. This is the status of rice. Everything. There's nothing called except that this kind of application, it is economical because it's giving something which is not there in other things. So like earlier, every time in your house, if the power goes off, first thing they will switch off all this, then only they will do the rest. Now you don't have to switch off, your UPS can take care. Okay, this is possible with sodium ion, quite possible. Okay, so with this, thanks. Oh. Some prepaid. Okay. I will. తెలుగులో అంత రాదని సార్, నా తెలుగు అంత బాగలేదు. ఓకే, సరే సరే సార్. ఓకే సార్. ఓకే, వస్తాను సార్. Yes, sir. So we have demonstrated all the qualities and reasons for sodium ion in front of you. So now you can ask us any question. I'll be happy to answer.
So normally we understand that ion is a better battery, your sodium is a better battery than lithium, but it is a higher density battery.
No, madam. It's right now little bit less density compared to.
Little bit less.
Yes, that's
But
correct.
that means it's heavier. Maybe you're getting
Slightly heavier. Yeah.
heavier and it has lesser capacity of energy in it
Ah.
because it's heavy.
Yes.
So how do you really, see that there are lighter batteries coming up because that's
Okay.
very essential.
Sure, ma'am. In my presentation.
Secondly, and just one
Sure.
more question maybe. So the industry chain is not yet developed in terms of sodium energy. So the scale is important because it will make it cheaper.
True, ma'am.
And thirdly, China has come up with a nuclear materials and batteries which are lasting about 50 years. I think the recent years you must have seen it.
Sure.
So that's very, very cheap and it lasts more than the product itself.
Sure.
So how do you see that competition?
Okay. First one, madam, like.
First, give to the media briefly. What is the today's event?
Yeah, లైక్ ఈ పొద్దు లైక్ ఈ ఈవెంట్ వచ్చి మా కొత్త సోడియం అయాన్ బ్యాటరీ గురించి ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసేది లైక్ మా ఈవెంట్ అండి. సోడియం అయాన్ బ్యాటరీ వచ్చి లైక్ వేరే బ్యాటరీ కంటే సేఫ్, లిథియం బ్యాటరీ కంటే సేఫ్ ఫస్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చి లైక్ ఎనర్జీ డెన్సిటీ లైక్ ముందు కంటే ఇప్పుడు కొద్దిగా తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది అంతే, 10% to 15% తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది డెన్సిటీ, లైక్ తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. దెన్ థర్డ్ వచ్చి తక్కువగా ఉంటుందంటే కూడా నదర్ 2-3 years లోపల ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చేసే రీసెర్చ్లో ఈక్వల్ అవుతుంది, లేకపోతే ఎక్కువగా వస్తుంది. అది వచ్చి డెఫినెట్. ఎందుకంటే లైక్ ఫస్ట్ నౌ వీఆర్ ఇన్ అ 4th or 5th generation of sodium ion technology, which is called like layered metal oxide chemistry, and we are looking at the new chemistry called polyanion to be released. It will increase the density by another 15 or 20%. While this is happening in sodium ion, other chemistry also will increase. So that gap will continue. While we are parallelly, okay, the running time is depend upon how much you use. So while you are doing this, there is a fourth way of improving the density by another 10%. In the next 1 year is in progression. It is moving the anode from hard carbon to graphene, will also increase the capacity by 10 to 15%. With this, in a year or 18 months, almost both will have the same density of 180 watt hour per kg in 18 months to 2 years from now. Like, that would makes it like, first question on where we are. If you look where sodium ion has started, 70-80 watt hour per kg 4 years ago, to somewhere around 130 to 140 watt hour today in 4 years. Literally double the capacity. Moving forward, same thing will happen. That's number one. Number two questions like looking at how it will develop in India. Definitely, like we may have to partner with other people who have invested, learned, made, get that. The good thing about sodium ion, you don't have to get special materials from outside. Most of the material, if you look at the current layered metal oxide sodium ion battery, the material what is majorly used is called NaCuFeMnO2, means sodium, copper, ferrous, manganese. Almost all the materials are available and all the materials are regularly in use. There's no rare earth material like lithium in this. That's number one. That makes it possibility for any country to manufacture their own battery cells. That's very much possible. So, and the next one, have you done R&D or not? Can you have a talent or not? Of course, you have to, like the way, if you look at Indian automobile industry developed, partnering with the Japanese. If you look at 30 years ago, it was TVS, Suzuki, Escort, Yamaha, Hero, Honda. Like that, there were collaborations where we learned and we developed, and today all of them are competing with each other. Same thing will happen in this chemistry, even moving forward, until we develop our talent, develop our resources, like, get to the investments. So the collaboration might happen. Even the Europeans are licensing technology from the Chinese. So we are not going to be different. We might be getting the same thing, and we are working with some partners who are willing to license to us. We are looking to put our own cell manufacturing in India in the next 18 months to 2 years in sodium ion. And by then we also feel the change in the chemistry will also materialize, because it's rapidly changed many chemistry in the last 5 years. So that will materialize. This is what we are looking at.
So how many franchises still? How many franchises?
No, we are just launching the product, so we will work with all the partners, like the companies which will use our products to put it in their products, like automobile, vehicle company and all. Right now we have only one partner, so we're using our battery AR4 technology to put it in the vehicle. In addition to that, we will launching our own starter batteries soon.
Sir, what's the price?
The price, like would be like almost same or slightly higher than that of current lithium chemistry.
Yeah, but lithium prices have fallen down.
Yes.
So will that impact any sodium?
Okay, so the lithium price, if falling down, you can have to look at it in two ways. One, either you think it is a glut. If it is a glut, the correction will catch up. If it is not glut, okay, then there is a difference on pricing. Sodium ion, we are expecting it to reach to $75 to $80 within the next 1 year. The current glut, lithium ferrite phosphate, has gone to 70 to 75. Okay, so if it is not glut, there is a possibility of we catching up. Assuming if lithium falls further, okay, assuming like it goes from 75 to let's say 55. Okay, there may be some more time to do catching up. This game of like who catches who, like will continue.
Thank you.
Okay. In this case of sodium ion, you will not have import material dependencies, because like ferrous we have, copper we have, like manganese we have, sodium we have, hard carbon. All our coconut trees and coconut shells are the hard carbon. We all have. So do we have the will and money to put a plant and make it happen? Is the question. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
ठीक है, सब निकल गए थे ना. You all ended up leaving. I was about to come, but I think बीच में निकल गए थे.
रोड शो कैंपेनिंग के बारे में elaborate करते हैं.
Basically, we are inviting the entire industry. Okay. They say the date.
Date must be in March. We're going to all the big cities.
In the yeah. Yeah. In the first week of March or second week of March, we plan to invite all the industry people, like the battery maker, pack makers, vehicle makers, and off-road vehicle makers, UPS, partners, and other people who are using battery. We invite them. We will show entire technology to them to adopt or even to work with us. And also we plan to launch our own partners vehicle, which is like a two-wheeler converted into electric vehicle. And we will also demonstrate the sodium cells on different platforms Okay, and this will be in first and second week of March, focusing for all the industry people in Hyderabad itself. Okay, and then we also continue to work on launching our product throughout India. So in each city like this, like work with Fresh and also work with the local partners throughout the country. Okay, thank you, sir. Sure.
Just one thing that I will do, like sort of a synopsis as well as like the vision that you are or the breakthrough that you are going.
So basically, we are looking at to take sodium ion into it. Right now, we are starting working on making. At this point of time, we are working with partners to make the cells, and then we make the packs. So we plan to make our own cell manufacturing in India, and we are also looking into do it in Malaysia or Thailand to our own cell manufacturing, which might happen in the 18 months' time. We are committed to
मीडिया वालों होने के बाद अपन बात कर लेंगे आपको
How you